I think since we're all here, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I know we are starting about 30 minutes late, but that's okay. The next event technically doesn't start until 9:45, so we'll keep it pretty brief. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Derek. I am a first alum since 2014. I've been around the first scene since then and been through uh, both FRC as well as mentoring FTC teams. And I'm currently at The Ohio State University. We have a pretty big alumni group, and we'll be glad to talk about it soon.
I can go next. My name is Alex. I'm also in First Alumni Robotics at Ohio State. I'm a second year computer science major, and I've been doing first since 2012. Participated FLL through FRC, and now I coach FTC and FRC and volunteer. Ton of fun.
It's fun. So I guess
You guys
before
want to
we,
introduce?
yeah, yeah, I was just gonna say, would you all like to introduce yourself so we can get a sense of who we're working with?
I am. Wait, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, sweet. Yeah. No, I'm not Kevin.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
As you can see by my name.
My bad.
Yes. But now, so I'm Kevin. I've been doing FTC FTC for 5 years. I think it's been.
That's right.
I've known Alex for a couple years. That's about it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I was a Dean's List semi-finalist.
There we go. All right. Andrew and Ethan, do you all have mics?
I'm Andrew, part of 10464, the Bionic Tigers. I've been with FDC for 3 years, 2 on the summer nights, but then I switched schools, so now I'm with the Bionic Tigers. So
sweet.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And Ethan?
I'm Ethan Schober. I'm with a DRSS Enterprise 4537. It's my 4th year in first and my 3rd year on this team.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm glad. This is extremely fun. I mean, kickoff is coming up really soon. It's really early in the morning, but that's just how first goes. So I hope you're as excited for kickoff as we are. But essentially, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be covering what alumni groups do in general, as well as what we do as an alumni group here at Ohio State, if you're all going to be future Buckeyes for some reason. But essentially, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick, and I'm also going to put it in the chat. Wherever college you're going to, there's a likely chance that there is an alumni group. Is everyone able to see my screen that says First Alumni Groups?
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, there's a lot of different colleges with alumni groups, which is really nice. Essentially, all these groups share a common interest, which is FIRST. Some of these groups don't necessarily only include FIRST robotics. For example, if you attend University of Minnesota, that isn't necessarily a FIRST alumni group in general, but they also have other robotics programs built in. Our specific alumni group is just FIRST related, but we also take in people that are just interested in FIRST or haven't done FIRST at all. So wherever university that you're going to go to, there's probably a place for you. If there isn't, then definitely go ahead and get a alumni group started, only because this is awesome. And the fact that there's already a lot of alumni groups out there makes it more appealing to just FIRST in general. So I sent this link in the chat if you're interested in seeing all these alumni groups. But I guess for now, we'll talk a little bit about what we do as a group. All right.
Really quick, I'd just like to add, there's also a crap ton of money that people want to give to first students. So before you do financially, before you take out loans, go and look on the FIRST website, and they have lots of links to scholarships. So definitely utilize that. You can get a lot of money from those. And your school also, like OSU, like we have FIRST specific scholarships that only FIRST students can apply to. So it won't be, I wouldn't be surprised if your guys' universities offered the same thing.
So is anyone here a senior? Is this your senior year? That's okay.
Yeah. This is,
Oh, sweet. So there's more to get excited
It
about.
is mine as well.
Oh, snap. All right. Well, I guess just to give a brief introduction of how our alumni group works, and there's similar alumni groups, but our alumni group has been around since 1996. So we've been around for a very, very long time. But essentially what we do as a group, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just share a PowerPoint that we've created.
And also, you guys can interrupt us at any point if you have questions, or if you
Yes.
just want to raise your hand or something.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just go ahead and let us know. But as you can see, we provide mentorships to first teams of all levels. So if you've been involved in FTC or other programs, you can get a chance to actually dabble with all different programs. And this is actually similar in all alumni groups around the world. They provide mentorship. That's the main function. But not only do we provide mentorship, but we also host first events. We volunteer at lots of different events around Ohio. And we also build a robot in 3 days. So some of you may or may not have heard of this challenge. Maybe you've heard of FTC, robot in 2 weeks, or robot in, I don't know how long FTC does it. But we do the FRC level, robot in 3 days, and we provide documentation to teams. There's a nice collegiate competition that isn't necessarily hosted by FIRST, but hosted by colleges around the area. So here at Ohio State, obviously, we don't like the University of Michigan. So they were a competitor. They were one of the people that teams that competed at the first alumni collegiate competition this past year. But not only that, but Illinois was there. A lot of Michigan schools were there. Dayton was there as well. So yeah, essentially in the collegiate level, there is a lot that you can do with FIRST, and that's the best part about just, staying involved with FIRST, because there's really a lot. And as you can see, not only do we do a lot of robot stuff, but there's a lot of outreach and advocacy that goes into the college level. Like, you might be wondering, what exactly is the college program? Well, it's a lot of outreach and a lot of giving back, because once you're done as a student, it's time to realize that, it's time to give back. So we have committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as done a couple of different things that if you're interested, you'll probably find in other places as well. Anything else to add, Alex?
Not on this slide, but if you want to throw any other slides my way, go for it.
Sweet. So I guess we'll kind of go over what else we do, or I guess more specifics. But that's not a slide.
No guest speaker. I guess I can take this one. So one cool thing, and some of you guys maybe will be in this picture. This is a Newark qualifier from last year. So a really cool thing about being especially an alumni first student is that you can network a lot at tournaments, because all the volunteers are generally like engineering professionals, not generally, but there's a lot of them at those types of events. And so, if you volunteer as a referee, you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of people in the engineering field. It's a great way to get your foot in the door. But yeah, so one thing, so we were planning on running our own qualifier, but the things are crazy, so we don't know what's exactly going to happen with that. But yeah, we're making our own tournament, and we can volunteer at tons more. But yeah, networking at tournaments does change a lot when you become an alumni. It's a lot different from being a student. Very fun, but yeah. Can we go to the next slide? Ooh, okay, I'll take this one too, and then you can have it back. FLL also, I feel like, gets more fun when you're an alumni. The kids always do really funny stuff, but there's tons of mentorship opportunities everywhere, because there's First Lego League teams everywhere. And the cool thing about that is, if there's not First Lego League teams around you, colleges almost always have funding for that kind of stuff, and it's not super hard to start one. So don't think that just because there's not First Lego League teams by you that you can't start one, because you totally can. But yeah, there's tons of mentorship opportunities. With a lot of alumni groups will run First Lego League tournaments too. Probably most of them, honestly, and FTC teams and FRC teams run those too. Yeah, so running official tournaments, and then also we were really interested in running an unofficial scrimmage, but that was planned for April 2020. So that hit the fan real quick. But yeah, running off seasons, and those are super fun because you don't exactly have to follow the rules. So you can kind of spin it in whatever way you want to make it more fun or more interesting. But then we also volunteer just at other First Lego League events. This is all kind of stuff, like if you stay involved, these are different ways that you could be involved. We do strongly recommend finding an alumni group because it'll make these things a lot easier. But there's so many ways you can stay involved.
Absolutely. And I mean, we just talked about FLO and FTC a little bit, but we do get a lot into FRC mentorship and volunteering as well, as you can tell from all of our stuff. Just like how Ohio hosts an FTC kickoff event, or at least some of your schools do, we host a local FRC kickoff event. So there's really a lot of pathways for you to go if you are in an alumni group. Honestly, most alumni groups do focus on FRC, but there's been plenty of alumni groups that have expanded downwards to FTC because you got to give FTC love, you know, as well as other programs as well. So other than that, one cool thing about mentorship that we do want to discuss, and some schools actually have a similar program, is that we here at Ohio State actually has a class for mentoring local robotics team, and it's awesome because you know that you're straight out of high school and you're going directly to a collegiate program. So the fact that you are the fact that you still want to stay involved through mentorship, if you're interested, makes it even better if there's college credit affiliated with it.
Yeah.
And not only do we provide college credit for mentoring a first team, but Virginia Tech does as well as Purdue University, and I think the University of Michigan also does. So this is definitely a growing thing in college. So if you're interested in the future, not only at Buckeye Nation, but a lot of different schools, this is definitely an opportunity that's out there. So anything to add on that, Alex?
No, not really covered it.
Sweet. Yeah, but once again, both of us are mentors, as we described. So not only can we get class credit for mentorship, but there's really a lot of good things that you can get out of mentoring. I'm sure you respect all of your mentors, just like I respected my mentors. But as soon as you're a first alumni and you mentor a team, these students actually look up to you, right?
They do.
Yeah, you've done
Genuinely.
first for however long. They've probably only done first for less. And it's that bond. It's that shared interest that really gets you going. And as you all know, there's mentors of all disciplines. So it's really cool. You get to work with other mentors and coaches, and you really get to network a lot more than you do as a first student. So I guess I'll end that presentation right there since we're kind of running out of time.
Yes, we are running out of time.
But does anyone have any questions for us with regards to first alumni in general? What to expect?
Has anybody committed to a school? I know it's not that time, but some people have. No? Sounds good. Anybody have ideas on where they want to go? Just throw some out. Type them in the chat if you want.
Trying to
Probably
decide
OSU.
and Purdue or Rose-Hulman.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Oklahoma States, man.
I might do.
Oklahoma State University, best OSU.
I disagree. What were you saying, Andrew?
I'm thinking maybe Champlain.
Okay.
I've never heard of that school.
Okay. Where's that at?
I believe up in. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Sure.
That's really fine.
I know it's it's near the eastern coast, I believe.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a really pretty area.
Nice. Yeah. there is a lot to do in Ohio though. So it's cool.
Just more of my looking at where I can go and
absolutely
where I want to go with my life. So yeah.
Nice. Cool. But sorry for the technical difficulty earlier. We figured it out slowly but surely.
Yes.
But if anyone has any further questions, let us know. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we'll transition to the
also-
Kahoot in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll put my email in the chat, Derek, if you want to do that too. You guys can also reach out to us if you have questions about alumni groups or like where to find one. We know a lot of people from different alumni groups, so if you are struggling to find one, totally reach out to us. Totally send us an email. I love getting emails from First Kids, so yeah, send us an email if you'd like to.